It was a crisp autumn morning when Emily stepped into the bustling corridors of Crestwood High. The chatter of students filled the air, and the smell of freshly printed books mixed with the faint scent of cinnamon from the nearby cafe. She tucked a strand of her golden hair behind her ear and clutched her notebook tightly, navigating through the crowd. "Hey, watch it!" a deep voice called out as she accidentally bumped into someone. "Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't looking," Emily stammered, her eyes meeting a boy with tousled brown hair and a mischievous grin. "It's all right," he said, brushing invisible dust off his hoodie. "First day jitters?" Emily smiled nervously. "Not exactly. Just lost in my thoughts." "I'm Ryan," he said, extending his hand. "Emily," she replied, shaking it. Little did she know, this brief interaction would change everything. Over the next few weeks, Emily found herself bumping into Ryan almost everywhere. At the lockers, in the library, even in the cafeteria. "Are you stalking me or something?" Emily joked one afternoon, catching him by surprise at the science lab. "Me? Stalking you?" Ryan laughed. "Maybe it's the other way around, huh?" "Oh, please," she scoffed, rolling her eyes. But there was something about Ryan's playful banter and warm smile that made Emily's heart flutter. One rainy afternoon, Emily sat under the old oak tree near the football field, sketching in her notebook. Ryan appeared out of nowhere, holding an umbrella. "You're going to catch a cold sitting out here," he exclaimed, shaking his head. "I like the rain," Emily replied softly. "It's peaceful." Ryan sat beside her, holding the umbrella over both of them. "What are you drawing?" Emily hesitated. "It's just a silly sketch." "Let me see," he urged. She reluctantly showed him the page, a half-finished sketch of the oak tree they were sitting under. "Wow, you're amazing at this," Ryan said, his eyes wide with admiration. "You really think so?" Emily asked, a hint of hope in her voice. "Of course. You've got talent, Em." She blushed at the nickname. No one had ever called her that before. As the days turned into weeks, Emily and Ryan grew inseparable. They studied together, shared their dreams, and laughed at each other's silly jokes. One evening, as they walked home after school, Ryan stopped abruptly. "Emily, can I tell you something?" "Yeah, what's up?" she asked, sensing the seriousness in his tone. I think I like you," he confessed, his cheeks turning red. Emily froze. "You? What? I mean, I like you. Like, really like you," Ryan repeated, nervously scratching the back of his head. Emily's heart raced. "Ryan, I like you too." "Wait, seriously?" he asked, his eyes lighting up. "Yes," she laughed. "Why do you sound so surprised?" "Because I didn't think someone like you would ever feel the same way about me," he admitted. Emily stepped closer, her voice soft. "Ryan, you're the reason I smile every day. How could I not?" Their relationship blossomed like the flowers in spring. They spent weekends at the park, stargazed on clear nights, and even danced in the rain. But like any love story, it wasn't without its challenges. One day, Ryan received news that his family might have to move to another city because of his dad's job. "Move?" Emily exclaimed, tears welling up in her eyes. "But what about us?" "I don't know, Em," Ryan said, his voice cracking. "I don't want to leave you." "Then don't," she pleaded. "It's not that simple," he replied, looking away. Emily grabbed his hand. "We'll figure it out, Ryan. We always do." The days leading up to Ryan's potential move were bittersweet. They made the most of their time together, cherishing every moment. On his last day, they sat under the oak tree where it all began. "Promise me you won't forget me," Emily whispered, tears streaming down her face. "Forget you? Never," Ryan said, pulling her into a tight hug. "Write to me. Call me. Anything. Just don't let this end," she begged. "I promise, Em. No matter where I go, you'll always be in my heart," he said, his voice trembling. As Ryan's car pulled away, Emily stood there, clutching the necklace he had given her, a small silver pendant shaped like a heart. Months passed, and although they were miles apart, their bond remained unbreakable. They talked every night, sharing their days and dreaming of the future. One day, Ryan surprised Emily by showing up at her school unannounced. "Ryan?" she gasped, running into his arms. "I couldn't stay away," he said, smiling through tears. "I'm back for good." Emily's heart soared. "You're really here?" "Really," he said, pulling her closer. "I told you, Em, you're my heart, my home, always." And in that moment, under the same oak tree where their story began, they knew their love was forever.